Well, it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up, man?
Technology.
Yeah.
It blows. We had Mike's issue, right? Microphone issue.
None of the mics are working.
So if you can hear us on the laptop.
You can hear us blink.
Send a message. We're going to do this until we get our microphones up through our switcher in our control room. I'm not sure if this is what did it, but I saw Jim Schwartz messing around in there just before the show.
Right.
I think we screwed that up too. I can't confirm that. Welcome to the show. Let's start with basically our shotgun reaction.
Yeah. It was a despicable effort across the board. Let me say this, though. As terrible as the Browns are a really bad football team right now. Season's not over because there's not that many teams that look that good. And a lot of teams we thought were good are not playing that good either. So it's a long season. It's time to turn it around. But there are some major problems on this team. The coaching was awful. I thought it was the worst game I've ever seen Kevin Stefanski coach. I thought he did a terrible job. The defense was awful. They're not getting a pass because their second half was better. The Giants took their foot off the gas. Not a particularly good game by Deshaun. And really, I got nothing good to say about anybody not named Amari Cooper or Denzel Ward, pretty much.
Yeah, that's well said.
The Browns have an identity crisis. I wrote about it last night. I'm going to talk about it all day today. I'm going to talk about it on the 5 o'clock news tonight. And I'm going to talk about it on the 7 o'clock news tonight. The Browns have an identity crisis. It's not that they don't know who they are. It's that they know exactly who they are, and they refuse to embrace it.
They want to be something else.
They want to be something else, and they are not. We can talk about it. Maybe if the equipment cooperates today, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But they have some of the slowest receivers in the league. They don't get separation, and they keep trying to play a style that they are not equipped to run. And until whoever is pushing this, and I don't know who it is, whoever is pushing this idea that this is the way they have to
play. Who do you think it is?
I have an idea. I think it's all the way at the top. I think it's the ownership.
Yeah.
And probably people below that too. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it's Jimmy Haslam and Paul DePodesta.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't say DePodesta with any certainty, but I tend to believe that the owner wants to drive the Corvette that he bought. And he didn't buy a Corvette. He bought a bus pass. But he thinks he bought a Corvette. And so they're going to continue to run this style of offense, and they don't have the personnel to do it. We saw it in the Dallas game, and we saw it yesterday.
We saw it last year when they had to change gears with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, well, and
then it went to the style that they're more suited to run.
And that's what you saw last week against Jacksonville. Heavy offensive sets. Focus on running the ball. Play action pass. Take deep shots off play action after you've established your run. I'm not saying you got to run it 40, 45 times. Establish some sort of running presence. 2 tight ends. I know Njoku's hurt. Everybody's hurt right now. But I'm just saying that's the identity of this team. That's the way that they're built, and they refuse to embrace that, and they're trying to be something they're not.
G?
Listen, man, I don't want to say it, but, you know, there's a lot of people that are getting old right in front of your face. I watched the offensive line is unrecognizable. I don't know who these guys are up front that have stolen the identities of the offensive line that we've been known to root for, or the people that we see. But there are people up there that are Jed Wills came back and was worse than Jed Wills was before, which is hard to do. He just there were plays I saw Jed Wills just look to the left and look to the right, and he's so confused that he just let both guys come free. Ethan Poachers, maybe that was a one-year wonder for you, dog. Maybe that was just a aberration, because before your track record before this was not it. I'm looking up front, and you got 17 quarterback hits. You got 7 sacks. Guys can't even pick up regular twist. These are high school twists. One defensive end goes here, defensive tackle goes there. Guys are coming free. Deshaun Watson, he missed 2 or 3 wide open people when you got to hit them. And then we'll get down to the brass tacks of things. Jerome Ford can't take handoffs. Cedric Tillman, listen, I'm tired of talking about these random guys that we like. Cedric Tillman's going to have the greatest career of his life. Hit him right between the 1 and the 9 in his chest plate, and he let the ball wipe down his pants.
Drop the game.
The game. 4th and 5. You're moving the ball. They run a simple draw. Your running back drops the rock. And my question is to you, DeJuan Jones, what happened? DeJuan Jones looks like he is completely out of shape. He looks like he can't bend. He can't touch anybody. Guys are just running around him like an old school racetrack, a micro machines racetrack that you got on Christmas Day. It's bad out here, bro. And the elephant in the room is, hey Kev, I don't know what offense you're running, but that ain't it. Guys are your route combinations. I don't know what you're running. Hey, Vilma was like, hey, I was gonna get mad at Deshaun for holding the football, but I looked downfield and there was only two receivers in the route. You gotta have a duck down route. It's a lot of stuff we need to get talked about. Hopefully these microphones get clear because we got a conversation to have about these Browns.
By the way, Vilma, real quick. I mean, just say JOK.
I know.
He mispronounces them like 82
And
times.
he's got an easy out with the initials.
Just say JOK.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm very in line with Bull. As we sit here right now on the Monday after week 3, we can make one definitive assessment. This is a bad football team. Right now, today. I also want to stress that there are 14 games left. As bad as things were yesterday, and let's point out the positive. We dominated the first 11 seconds. Dominated.
Beautiful.
Where in the history of my Browns fandom, I've never seen that, not even the Steelers game in the playoffs a couple years ago. Remember that one?
Yep.
That was great. But play 1, fumble, we recovered. Play 2, beautiful dime to Amari Cooper, who's been in a drought.
Yeah.
It's 11 seconds in, it's 7-0.
That's right.
And I did not know at the time that was going to be the last time that I would cheer.
Yeah, pretty much.
So all that being said, even with the atrocity that we looked at yesterday, and Jim Schwartz getting his lunch stolen and punched in the face at the same time.
Yeah, say that.
With all of that, if Cedric Tillman catches a ball that 100 receivers in the NFL can catch 95% of the time, the Browns are in position to pull off a victory. Stunningly. They didn't do it. There were a lot of plays that they could have made that they didn't. But here's what I really want to stress. We are missing 2 of our biggest offensive weapons, Nick Chubb and David Njoku. When we get them back, which hopefully is sooner than later, I know for Chubb it's got to be at least 4 games. Hopefully Njoku's closer. When we get them back, we get the full complement of this offense with it. I think we'll see a better football team. Say this, and this might be controversial. You guys might disagree with this. The Giants are not as bad as we thought they were. And having gone back and looking at the way they lost last week, they scored 3 touchdowns. They didn't give up a touchdown. That's the only time in the history of the NFL that, and it'll never happen again, that's happened and they took the L. They're not a great football team, but we said, oh, Daniel Jones Deshaun's definitively going to be the better quarterback. Daniel Jones did what to do in his career. Take what the defense gives him. He picked us apart. They're not a playoff team, but they're not a 3-14 like people were saying coming into this game.
Where should I add a real webcam to this?
Yeah.
Just keep talking and ignore the video.
I think they're going to finish whatever. I think they're a 5-win team. I don't think they're very good.
I disagree with you.
The Browns made them look good. The Browns.
I know.
Yeah. I don't think Malik Neighbors is a special player.
Very good.
We saw yesterday what a real number 1 wide receiver looks like.
You're right.
He's him. The rest of their offense is mediocre or below, and we made them look great.
I like their run game too. I like their run game.
They have a good defensive line, and they have Neighbors.
You guys think you're a 5-win team?
No, listen.
I think they're better than that.
We talked about it all week, man. Myles Garrett said it. Who the hell are the Cleveland Browns to come out here talking like they better than anybody?
You're right. You're right.
Every single team on that schedule could beat your ass. Every single team. Brian Dable came out here with a brilliant game plan. Everything past the first little interception. By the way, we'll get into that whole situation. Greg Newsom, you're costing us. You're costing us, bro. But everything past that, I thought they had a brilliant job offensively and defensively. They're running the Browns defense from east to west. Yeah. They're making guys come upfield. They're making them pay for that draw, making them play for that screen. And by the way, Jim Schwartz, I told you, I've been saying it for 6 months. You're going to have to come up with some new wrinkles because if you can withstand the Browns' pressure up front, and you can get the ball moving these guys east and west and have to make them tackle in space, you can move the ball on the Cleveland Browns.
Well, here's a simple wrinkle, G, and Jim Schwartz waited way too long to go to this. If you have an elite receiver on the other team, as Malik Neighbors is, you have to put Denzel Ward on him. End of conversation.
From the time he gets off the bus. How long did it take us to figure that out?
Till the second half.
Why?
I'm
I'm watching that going, we've got a premier cover corner,
Yeah.
and he's covering air,
Yeah.
and they're matching up their A-plus receiver against a guy who can't cover.
I don't want to hear about Martin Emerson.
Hey,
I don't want to hear about him anymore. He got killed all game.
pride.
Wasn't
it's
good.
ego. It's pride.
MJ gets this side of the field, Denzel gets that side of the
Well, then
field.
switch it up.
We don't care what you do.
That's
Right.
stupid.
This is how we're going to play.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work.
I don't
When
think
you
Yeah.
face an elite receiver, it doesn't work. When you and Neighbors is the next guy in these top elite receivers, and you can't do that. Ward is a special corner. The rest of the guys are not. They're just corners.
Did you notice how with other teams, right? They know they got a special player. We saw it with CeeDee Lamb, right?
Yeah.
Giants got Malik Neighbors. They said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna run jet sweeps with him. We're gonna throw 3 fades in a row to him. You're gonna have to stop this guy because we are going to spot shadow him and give him the rock. For the Browns,
See, they don't have that guy, though. They don't have him.
this is and we're gonna come to the conclusion of, hey, when we start talking draft or whatever or free agency, I need you guys to shut up because we do this every year. We don't need that guy. We don't need him.
We love our receiver.
We love our receivers. We love our receiving room. We love exactly what we got. No, it's time out. These other teams have bona fide number one. Who cares about if you think everything is covered, because it is. Think about this. Amari Cooper was blanketed on there was no room for error. He still made the plays, but he was blanketed.
We got to take a break.
Time out. We're making a group decision right now. You want to go home? We'll do a restream. We don't know when this is going to get fixed. We'll go home. We'll do a real show, but just like a post-game show. I know you guys can't do
This does
it.
not sound good.
This is not good enough for our class.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't
We'll
going to be.
figure it out.
Better than nothing.
We'll let you
we
folks know.
apologize.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Our goal is 12 o'clock. We're trying to get up at 12 o'clock, do all the topics we're supposed to, hopefully get home in time. But we're-
I can't go home
You
because,
can't-
I mean,
you
I
can't
got
go home here.
I have
All right,
work I can do
We'll
upstairs.
figure something out. We'll see you later.
We apologize for the 10.
Peace out.
We'll see you at 12.
Deuces.